Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Welcome back to another episode, another video, whatever you want to call it. It's me showing up, saying hi. How you doing? I missed you. I'm back. So today I want to talk about integration. I want to talk about integrating spiritual practices into our daily lives. Because this is something that I personally found that I had problems with on my journey, and I still kind of do in some ways. And I know a lot of other people probably are too. So I wanted to share my experiences just to kind of give you some light and give you a permission slip to feel okay about where you're at, because we're all at different places, right? So I got my notes here. You're going to see me reading a lot, but that's okay, just so you know, because I tend to get really distracted quickly. So yeah, when I thought of this topic, it was a light bulb moment for me. And I'm like, okay, I have been struggling up until this point, and still to this point, I still kind of struggle sometimes about having like my spiritual path and then just my everyday normal life, right? Being a mom, showing up as a travel agent, because that's what I do in my daily life. That's my daily job, which is awesome. Love it so much. It was so hard to not be there for a long time while my daughter was going through cancer treatment. But now that I'm back, it's giving me a different kind of perspective. And I wanted to share that perspective with you to help you make sense of your life. So what I've noticed is that when I was practicing Reiki and learning Reiki and coaching and helping others through their spiritual awakening, which is what I still am doing, it's just in a different capacity now. But I felt like I could only do one or the other. And that, like, if I was fully spiritual, it would drain the hell out of me, right? And if I was fully normal, then I felt like I was missing something. Like there was something that I was like denying, and that part of me that really wanted to show up, but I didn't feel confident or that I could allow it to come out, right? So and if I didn't practice my spiritual practice, like it, to me, spiritual practice is talking about crystals and Reiki and healing and energy and chakras and meditation, right? And I felt like that was like one container. And then when I would, and for a while, like I wasn't working, I didn't have a second job. I was just staying at home with my daughter, right? So for a long time, I was only doing that. And I thought, okay, well, this is my opportunity. I can make this into my full-time gig. But then I felt like there was another part of me that was being denied. I feel like I'm two parts. And maybe because I'm a Pisces, and Pisces have the two fish, the two parts, the light and dark, right? And I've talked about this before on my podcast too. I've shared ideas about how, integrating the light and the dark into your life, it's important, right? Because you can't deny one part of you. It's going to shut it down, and then you're going to feel incomplete. And that's not what this is all about, right? So I wanted to share this idea with you. So now I got to a point now where I've been working at my travel job for about 1.5 years now. I'm back in it, booking flights, hotels, tours, booking lots of Greece and Italy and Australia I've booked, and Japan, and a lot of fun stuff, and all-inclusive packages, Mexico, Dominican, all that stuff, right? But I find, I'm kicking the camera. I find that there's still that part of me that's like, well, you're denying that sense of you, but I couldn't put them together until I realized I actually was putting them into all my knowledge that I've learned in my spiritual practice. I was putting it into my everyday life, but I just wasn't aware of it. And I didn't have to make it woo-woo, right? I wanted to make it practical. I wanted to make it useful for everyday life, right? That I wanted to have the spiritual things that I've learned and apply them in subtle ways into my life. I've learned that I can integrate my knowledge and still be quote unquote normal with the world around me, right? I can still, have, I don't know, I guess I'm just being afraid of being judged and looked at and like this lady is crazy, right? Like, what is she talking about, right? Like, so I don't bring up chakras or healing with everybody, right? Because in my day-to-day life, when I'm meeting with clients for travel, some people I have met that are looking for, spiritual retreats and things like that, but it's rare. So I over the past year and a half, I've kind of learned that I can still hold my spiritual truths within me and let it shine, and then hold space, practice that, hold space for others to open up if they choose to, and that's the thing too. I love and enjoy talking about spirituality, and if I can find that person to talk about it with, great. But if not, it's not the end of the world, and I've learned that I wasn't being all of me. I wasn't being authentic. I wasn't being real. I wasn't being open and honest with myself, with those around me. I was hiding parts of me for fear of being judged or not understood. How many of you out there do this? Hold back parts of you because you're afraid you're not going to be understood. But the thing is that it's not everybody's job to understand you. It's actually your job to understand you. And then once you get it, you can relay it easily to others. But that comes with practice and time, right? And you know what? I realized too, I'm like, oh yeah, like we're in a time now where women are not being burned at the stake anymore. We're not being called witches. We're not being called out. We can practice these things in the open, and we won't get judged for it. Not as harshly anyway. So I just wanted to remind you of this. And if I want you to just know that if you have been struggling with this idea of integrating what you have been learning on your spiritual path into your life, into, making it feel normal for you, you can do it. It is something that you can do. And I see my daughter looking at me. I just making it feel normal for yourself, right? Because there is those two parts. We're in this dualistic world. We're in this place now where, spirituality is coming up. There's so many new spiritual healers and teachers and channels and prophets, and they're all coming out. And that could be you. You could be one of these people that are in that place of like holding back because you're afraid that you're going to be judged. And it's just like, there's also inner work to be done for sure. I still have tons of inner work to do. Trust me. I'm not healed whatsoever. And I don't think you ever will be. And I don't think that's the full point of it. Like, you heal parts of you and then you move on. And then there's going to be other obstacles, because if you didn't have these obstacles, you wouldn't grow. And that's literally the whole point of being in this earth school, right? And another thought I realized is like, it is becoming more normal. Like, meditation is becoming more normal. Remember when massage therapy was taboo? Remember when yoga was taboo and everyone's like, oh, you practice yoga. Well, you must be a yogi, or you must have went to India and done this, in self-realization thing. Well, no, now it's just normal everyday health. Remember how like it was weird, and now it's like, oh, it's just accepted, right? And I love that. And I love also that like the schools are now integrating meditations and yoga into school, right? Not all schools, but I know my daughter's school, they do practice yoga in gym. It's just stretching, right? And I love it. And so it doesn't have to be like a only spiritual thing. It could be an everyday practical thing. And that's what I kind of want to relay in this message, is that it doesn't have to be one or the other. And yeah, this is your permission slip to be weird and integrate it into your everyday life, and that's okay. And I know for me personally, I still have that little bit of tightness in my chest, and that's just me being self-aware and me understanding that I still have some work to do on integrating all of my spiritual practices into my daily life, and yeah, you know, getting over the fact that I can be judged for it, and that's okay, you know. And I wanted you to stop the struggle, because I know I've been struggling with it, and if I have been, I know others are struggling, have been struggling, all of that, right? So I hope this resonates with you. I hope this connects with you in some way. Making things like crystals and full moon ceremonies a part of like normal life, and it doesn't have to be shut behind closed doors and hidden away and shh, don't talk about that in front of this person. Like, it is what it is, right? I'm working on owning it more and more, and I want you to have that permission slip too. So that's it for me today. I just want to send you so much love and light, and let me know if this connects with you, if this makes sense for you in the comments. All right. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.